Greetings guys, and welcome to your May reading with me. Hey Sagittarius, warm welcome to you all. This is your reading for the month of May. I'm doing this in April and it's a really stormy day outside in Auckland. We've got thunderstorms rolling across the sky and wild wind, so it's quite a nice day to be indoors doing your reading. I started off with a little bit of intuitive work for you, and you guys got the word compassion and the energy of the pink heart chakra, and also dropping dramas that may be surrounding you with other people, and the word speed. So whether or not there is a need for speed, or you're speeding something up in your life, or you feel as if things are speeding up around you, all of these may be words that are relevant one way or another to you each independently. Three sets of cards again this month. The first is the Morgan Greer deck. It'll be a pretty similar layout to last month's. I think everyone has enjoyed the in-depth capacity to the reading. Looks like that's your shuffling, Sagittarius. So 4 of these cards along the top. The Knight of Rods reversed, the 5 of Swords, the Hermit reversed, and the 10 of Wands. The next deck are the Energy Oracle cards. They're actually very similar to a tarot deck, just with a slight few additional cards. Let's see what's coming for you, Sagittarius, from these cards. They're a little bit more difficult to shuffle. They're bigger and they're a little bit stiff. One more shuffle. Sagittarius. They'll kind of work down the columns, so that's the way we will be flowing, but again they're kind of free flowing. So man holding a coin, broken heart, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, and caring connections under that one. And the last one for the reading is the Doreen Virtue Daily Guidance deck of angel cards. Quite a nice light deck, but with plenty of good, solid, sound, logical messages. Sagittarius, May. Ground yourself, relationship, child, and heart chakra. I can see quite a lot of these cards matching up with their messages. Let me just make sure that the camera is in focus for you all. Sometimes you'll get more focus in the bottom row, and sometimes it'll be in the top row, so I'll try and mix and match it around during the reading. So sort of starting off from this column over here, we see the Knight of Rods reversed, and reversals just tend to emphasize a little bit of a glitch or a stalling sometimes of energy that you're pondering upon around the subject matter. Underneath we have man holding a coin, and then we have ground yourself. So with this page or Knight of Rods upturned, it would suggest to me that possibly things to do with your creative ideas or projects going on in your life, or possibly for some of you career aspirations or ideas or your job, and that also relates to finances, could be up in the air. So this ground yourself down here makes really logical sense. And speaking of grounding, there's some nice thunder rolling along in the background there, and that's a very grounding perspective in life. When the Knight of Rods is turned up, it's almost as upside down. It's almost as if some of your energy might be flying out and not being captivated. So your ideas are either they're starting off, or you're not able to necessarily bring them into this realm to carry them on, or to turn them into solid fuel and get them to activation stage. So for some of you, this might even encapsulate things such as attempting to apply for new jobs, or getting new projects together, or ideas, or any of those sort of things. And because we have the man holding a coin underneath, he's actually quite a good omen to have coming into your reading. He could be someone who is there to help support your ideas, or to perhaps be the one who sets you off in a certain direction, and it could be pertaining to money or finances. This could be how you invest your finances, or how you are choosing to spend your money, or how you are gaining money, such as employment. He could literally be someone offering you advice, like an advisor or a mentor or a bank manager. He could have something to do with your finances, such as loans or mortgages. Some of you may have been thinking that you wanted to go on an amazing overseas trip, or spend a whole lot of money on something, and there could be a degree of someone saying, well, wait a minute, guys, ponder this and make sure you have got the logical things going on in the background, that you do have the funds for it, that you're not overextending. He could also be someone who comes in, such as a new employer or a boss, or for some of you in your own business, this could be yourselves trying to stabilize or ground a business. And it could be for some of you that you have had employees leave. You might have had a whole lot of people leave your area or your field of work or employment or business, and you're looking to try and find new ones. Definitely the message here about grounding yourself would appear to be really beneficial. And coming up to the northern hemisphere, it is your spring up there, which is a really great time to spend outdoors, and with that whole beautiful feeling and essence of all these gorgeous flowers and the solidness of being grounded. It calms us, it establishes us, it gives us roots. It's very good for the base chakra, which is where we gain financial stability, and we have our finances grounded into that area of our body. So it could be about bringing balance into that part of your body as well. So it is quite a wild storm outside, so there's a whole message there for grounding and earth energy. We come to the next column here, and we see the Five of Swords, and then we see the broken heart, and then we see relationship. So this entire column is relating somehow to, probably for most of you, personal relationships at some level or another. Now this could be your intimate romantic personal relationship, it could be family such as children or siblings or aunties or grandparents or parents, it could be friends as well, or even work related people. When the Five of Swords appears in most readings, it tends to tell us that there could be sort of a little bit of disagreement going on with ideas or concepts or belief systems or directions that people are headed in. Now sometimes it can come to like a fiery argument about who's right and who's wrong, and sometimes these people in your life, whether they're the friends or workmates or family, they can choose to go down different paths. So at times like this, it's important to be careful about how you say your opinions or your ideas or your values or what it is you want from a relationship. If you use positive words, or the potential to try and mediate a situation as opposed to totally segregate it and bring it to a stop, then these situations can often be mended. However, there seems to be a degree in this pathway here that there's a suggestion that there is a passing of the way for some of you, or like something coming to an end, and somehow one of you or some of you are going in different directions. So this could be something akin to a family where some people are going to move to a different state and others have to stay behind for work reasons or family reasons or something else. This could be when your child leaves home and goes overseas on an overseas experience or journey. This could be when you do have friendships that are just no longer connected anymore. You don't follow the same interests or paths. So there's this feeling of sorrow and sadness at them leaving. But oftentimes, if there has been energy of conflict or misunderstandings around a relationship in your life, it's suggesting down here with this card in particular that things are coming to a lighter phase, that things are moving on and for the better. The relationship card says Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. So even though we may see some relationships move apart or distance themselves from a close connection, there's definitely alignment here with more light coming in and new relationships coming as well. So it's that same old saying, when one door closes, another always opens. We come to this row here and we see the reversed Hermit, then the 4th chakra, which is the heart chakra again. So you have 2 hearts right next to each other, and then you have this as well, and this heart chakra down here. So there is actually a lot of love in your relationship, and there's a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling. And at the same time, if we go back to the words that I used at the beginning of the reading, where I said compassion and the pink heart and dropping dramas off surrounding others and speed, nearly everything that I said originally has occurred within this reading, especially the reference to the pink heart and compassion. So compassion may be called for, especially in this card here. But coming back to this line, we also see again still the emotions, and we see the child card. So this could be in reference to maybe a child of your own, or a family member that could be considered young, or the energies of a sibling as well. The 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, with the heart, he does offer heart healing for wounded hearts. So that's hearts in pain, and we've seen that over here. So just remember, if there is loss coming, that there is always healing that takes place, and there are learning lessons from it, and there is growth, and there is always another door opening, and it looks as though you still have plenty of caring around you as well. Also, Raphael gives us physical heart healing, and this over here is a broken physical looking heart. So some of you may require your heart looking into, or any area in your chest, which could include lungs, heart, breasts. Any of those sort of things could be energies that are also surrounding you from the physical perspective that could need attention during the month of May. The Hermit reversed still talks to us about the need to spend time alone, and often gaining sort of a spiritual perspective from that, and some sort of enlightenment, although it could be an enlightenment that you least expected, or you haven't fully come to terms with yet, or you don't fully understand, and that's why the Hermit is reversed. So some of this could be playing emotions through your heart energy, and some of it could be involved in children in your life one way or another. So and that's Zeus up there in the clouds, having a great time, encouraging us all to listen and to explore as well. So a lot of this feeling of either trying to understand something or a situation, or the need for compassion or heart healing, could involve a child or children in your life as well. Perhaps for some of you, you are even contemplating going into a realm where you are dealing with children. They could be foster children, or it could be teaching, or it could be mentoring, or it could be supporting some sort of charity that deals with children. It could be something like becoming a Scouts leader as well, or involved in coaching. It may be all sorts of things along these lines that you could be pondering. The reversed Hermit can also lead to suggestions that some of you may be rekindling a past romantic relationship or feeling or connection. And we certainly see plenty of this connection and energy and love type thing going on in your reading. So it is a reading with a lot of emotional essence behind it, sort of very personal stuff for you, I think, Sagittarius. Not necessarily so much about everyone else, but it seems quite an intensely personal reading for you and how your feelings are. We come to the last column here and we see the 10 of Wands, and then this beautiful caring connection and the heart chakra again. So the Ten of Wands can sometimes symbolise feeling a little bit drained or overworked, or feeling as though there's been a burden upon your shoulders, literally, as the card suggests. Sometimes this is a suggestion to slow down and take a little bit of time out. And I think we see that with the reversed Hermit card as well. It's about getting back to nature, grounding yourself a little bit more, making sure you are giving your body all the right tools for having a healthy life. So enough rest and diet and food and vitamins and minerals, enough of the pleasure things in life too, such as enjoying a day's outing, or enjoying quiet time, or enjoying time spent with family or good friends. So the Ten of Wands tells us that we may have been on a project or doing something for a long time that may have been draining us, and it's time to take a rest, or know that the finishing steps of this project, or whatever it is that you may have been doing, is slowly coming to a close, but that it's been worthwhile and you have learnt a lot, and it will take you forward as well, with knowledge that you have gained, with hard work that you have put into something. And again, this can be the creative aspects of life, such as your passions or hobbies, or your career zone as well. And we come under here and we see this caring connection and the heart chakra. These two seem more connected perhaps than this Ten of Wands up here. But the caring connections, I often feel, is almost like the Lovers card. There's a possibility for some of you that this could be your current partner, and you are re-healing something, or you are readdressing it, or the connection is becoming stronger and closer again, or that it needs to have this work done. And yet for others of you, there is definitely this possibility of a new person in your life, possibly from the past, so someone you may have already known, but that it's kind of a new relationship again, and it feels as though it could be very special and very close soulmate relationship. Sometimes we talk about the emergence of the twin flame energy, or that heightened spiritual awareness, and I think because of the Hermit in here, we talk about a degree of spirituality, as well as the Archangel Raphael, who is here as well. So love is in the air, and love is in the heart, and healing is in the air, and healing is in the heart. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, for those of you looking for new romance in the month of May. As I say, you may have been seeing an old romance out the door, but it appears there's another one very close by. This one down here I have sort of saved for last. It is the last card, obviously, but there are several messages within this one, and I think some of them are quite beautiful. So the heart chakra talks to you about love, especially. So love being the last card of the reading will take you into June, which is after May. So the area of love is on your mind, and this can be personal love, it can be the awakening of the activation of love and the heart chakra energy. It can be romances, it can be love of life, the greater perspective of love. It can be self-love. It also talks about romance and partnerships. It also talks about health, healing of your heart, and needing to check things such as your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your diet. Some of you, as I said earlier, may be getting things like an MRI or need your heart checked. And the other perspective of this is that this can be a message from deceased loved ones who passed due to a heart issue. Or a chest issue, usually heart attacks or stroke or cancer of the breast type area, or lungs, cancer of the lungs or something like that. This can be a message to say that they are around you at this time, and they are just letting you know of the love that they give you and the support as well, and they know that you loved them. So for some of you, this might be a time of a very close anniversary of the passing of a death of a loved one, and this can often be a parent or a grandparent or a sibling. So there we are, Sagittarius. I hope you have enjoyed the reading. It's a very special, close reading for you. It's very much about love and the heart and emotions. And there are people involved in the background, but I think this is very more intensely about how you feel for the month and your connections and how you wish to move forward with them. So thanks for joining me, everyone. Do remember to tune in and read or listen to your other aspects of the zodiacs, your rising sign and your moon signs as well. Wishing you all a wonderful May and plenty of love and heart healing. Much love. Namaste.